In order to try and resolve the siege without further bloodshed, both sides agree to nominate a champion to fight on their behalf. The medieval period is regarded as a chivalrous time during which warfare and fighting was governed by strict rules. But the Wars of the Roses was an extremely bitter conflict, and some of those rules began to break down. Inevitably, the tension of watching the champions fight it out is too much for some of the watching soldiers, and conflict flares up once more. Attacking well-prepared castles was extremely difficult, as the defenders could throw rocks as well as fire swarms of arrows at the enemy. In order to get close enough to rush the defenses, the attackers use a tactic used by the Romans. They form a tortoise using shields. Such tactics provided enough protection from solid objects, but medieval castles also had special holes, called murder holes, through which burning liquids such as water and oil could be poured. Fortunately, the defenders of Herstmonceux don't resort to such extreme measures. Although safety at such reenactments is paramount, and every effort is made to avoid injury, accidents do happen, although this soldier's injury is not serious. However, this hapless individual is not so lucky. But during medieval times, injury on the battlefield often meant a slow, lingering death due to infection and poor medical care. Although the Battle of Towton in North Yorkshire in 1461 was a turning point in the Wars of the Roses, it is also regarded as the bloodiest battle ever on British soil, claiming the lives of nearly 28,000 men. With the Lancastrians facing defeat, the Yorkist leader steps forward to claim his prize, only to be given another rebuff. It brings to an end a spectacular siege, although there is still much to keep the enormous crowd entertained as they explore the life and times of medieval England at Herstmonceux Castle. Every year, Herstmonceux Castle hosts one of the largest medieval festivals in Europe. People have come from all over Europe to explore life as it was lived in High Renaissance England.
Well, the castle itself has been very supportive of the event. Part of their remit for being an international study center and their mission statement, in fact, was to produce here at the castle educational and cultural events that were significant, and this is certainly a very significant educational cultural event, and so that certainly fulfilled their mission statement. One of the if there was any skepticism, it would have been from some of the early groups that we dealt with, who, listening to our accent, being Canadians, thinking, well, these North Americans, they're coming in here and they're going to be a fly-by-night operation that's going to fizzle out and burn out and die. But in fact, now after 13 years, we still are looking at another 5-year renewable contract that we're rolling over, and before we know it, we'll be doing our 25th anniversary.
Falconry was a popular sport in medieval times. The festival featured displays that demonstrated the extraordinary precision of powerful but graceful birds of prey, such as falcons, hawks, and owls. A skill at arms competition also gave visitors an insight into another popular medieval sport that is still alive today.
Here at Hurstman Zoo, I'm trying to coordinate and promote the mounted skill at arms competition that we have here over 3 days. Traditionally in this country, mounted skill at arms has been the preserve of the military and the police. The military and the police no longer have the funding or the manpower to do as much of it as they used to. And so it's an opportunity for the civilians to have a go at it. And in this country, there are more and more civilians who have horses, are looking for something interesting that they can do with their horse over a weekend. And here at Hurstman Zoo, we're trying to promote that skill at arms. You have India,